Barzillai wasn't a name sung in victory songs. He didn't kill giants. He didn't prophesy to kings. Barzillai didn't command armies. But when history needed loyalty, his name stood tall. Barzillai was 80 years old when the kingdom was falling apart. David, the warrior king, the giant slayer, the man after God's own heart, was fleeing for his life, not from an enemy nation, but from his own son. Absalom had stolen the hearts of the people, and David walked out of Jerusalem barefoot, weeping, disgraced. Friends were few. The crowd was loud, but loyalty was silent. That's when Barzillai showed up, not with swords, but with supplies. Not with speeches, but with sustenance. Barzillai brought food for the hungry, beds for the weary, care for the broken king and his people. He gave from his own abundance, not to gain a position, but to prove his allegiance. He didn't ask for anything in return. He just stood with the king when the king had nothing. Because real loyalty doesn't wait for crowns to shine. It shows up in caves, in wildernesses, in the in-between places where kings look more like fugitives than rulers. And when the tide turned, when Absalom died, when David came back in triumph, David remembered the ones who stayed. "Come with me," David said to Barzillai. "Live in my palace, eat at my table." A personal invitation from the king himself, an offer of rest, reward, relationship, but Barzillai declined. He bowed with grace and said, "Why should the king reward me? I'm too old. I can't taste what I eat, can't hear the singing, can't enjoy the luxury. Let me go home. Let me live out my days near my father's grave." Barzillai didn't serve for a seat at the table. He served because it was right. Because honor doesn't retire and faithfulness doesn't expire. Instead, he asked David to bless someone younger, his servant Chimham. He passed the blessing on. He gave his seat away. Some serve quietly behind the scenes without demand or recognition, not looking for reward, but rooted in righteousness. You don't have to be the strongest, the loudest, or the youngest to be significant. You just have to be faithful. To show up when others walk away. To give when others hold back. To stay loyal when the crown is cracked and the outcome uncertain. Because in the kingdom of God, sometimes the greatest honor belongs to the ones who were simply there. This is a Bible-based story where everyone wore robes. Barzillai was old but tender-looking and handsome.